Alright. So 9. Just to give y'all, when y'all watch this later, a taste of the talent that we're about to have on the show. Make sure that we give ample time for our guests to roll in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like eventually I should start doing like a Easter egg sort of thing. Like I say something or like alluding to something in the future, like future interviews or maybe future content or something like that. And one of these like before the interview happens sort of things, so that I don't know, people that watch this show can have something to look back on. You got to say it and not stop. I'm in love. I'm in love. Do it, 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 I'm in love. So you, baby, I only want to do, baby. Anything that's what I do for you, baby. So if you come and move, baby. So little baby. Hey. Only what to do, baby. Anything that's what I do for you, baby. So we get. All right, Greta.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? New York, we here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all see the coat. Y'all know the vibes. It's brick. It's like 10 degrees outside.
Welcome back home.
We back home. We back home. We back home.
Welcome back home to the tundra. Y'all just came out the flight?
No, I did. He just did. I came not too long ago.
Okay. You guys are just back home, right?
Yeah.
Just how was that?
Slowly. You said adjusting back home, like in Nigeria. Oh, you talking about here?
Well, how was it going back home for the holidays?
It was fire, you know. It's always good to go back home to kind of see, you know, where your country's at. You know, it's over here. You know, it's different out here, and like when you go, it's different out here. You have a lot of opportunities out in America. When you go to Nigeria now, you know, you see how people are desperate because of the lack of opportunities, and it kind of like shows you those with.
We lost your audio for a little bit. Hold on. You can hear me? Let's make sure. In the meantime, y'all know I'm gonna play some more ENJ. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can wait for them to get back on. Maybe it was a connection issue. Let's see if we can get them back on. I'm gonna tell you something you already know. You can't find something working that body.
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
Nah, you all good. How's it? The connection's going all right? Make sure. I feel like I was like in y'all face like a lot actually just back there. Like my mom, how she'd be like in her phone like this. I feel like that's how I was like. But let's make sure that the connection is there. Oh, that's slow it in. This song. This vibes while we get into the technical difficulties. This is some vibes. This is ENJ on multiple platforms, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube TV, YouTube Music, whatever you call it. It's ENJ. We're gonna wait for them to get their connection right, but the music here right now is the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? The first class, braggadocious man. Them guys, you know. I could spend all my money, baby. Nothing is too much for you, man. Forever's not too long with you, man. It's not power, my friend. See if we can get that on. So you're mad, so everything, a remedy. You're on my mind, you're my destiny. I'ma stay a while, just for the night. Fly you out to my city every other night. When I'm still a baby phone vibes, take control, baby, you can drive. That was Pray For It by ENJ, available on all streaming platforms, listening music platforms. ENJ.
To master sexual excellence, I'm going to create an app and collect data. Have you selected a practice partner yet?
That was an ad, and that was not by ENJ. This is by ENJ. I am Afghan show, no shoko. To the different times, shoko. I am Afghan shine, I am Afghan shine, I am Afghan shine, I am Afghan shine, shoko. To the different times, shoko. I am Afghan time, I am Afghan time, I am Mama me, Mama me, Mama me, Mama me. Mama me, Mama me, Mama me, Mama me. Baby, just move your body now. Baby, just leading God, your soul. I feel like I should do like one day, like after I do like all my like interviews. Well, not after all, after like a good amount of interviews, I should come up with like a collection, right? A collection of like playlists of like old artists and then music that just came out that I interviewed before, like products. I could say like a something going on where I could kind of like create like a relationship, like a working like platform between like interview people, and then it can create some sort of other avenue where hey, we can also have a platform where this person got interviewed, that person our product this way, or they have some music that's dropped this way. It's a whole lot of things you can kind of go about. You know what I'm saying? Like building these relationships, I always want to like kind of like keep it going. Like I don't want it to just be like they come on the show, I interview them, and then it's just there, like this is an interview that doesn't really amount to anything. So I want to actually be like a highlighting of these people that are actually doing amazing things. So I don't know. I'll think about it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, anybody when people watch this after the interview, we can get the guys back on and get some more interviewing in. But definitely want to expand Kickin with Kachi to be much broader than just interviewing. I feel like there's a whole lot we can do. One day I actually want to have like a set, like a studio thing. I can just have like a sit down there. I don't know how it's gonna work with like people, coming, but that was Topo by ENJ. Like I said, everywhere you want to get music, ENJ. Right? This is another one of my favorite songs. This is a really old song. Oh my god. This was an old song. By another great artist, another two great artists, Nasdaq NYC and Olga Salati. Like both of those people are very also talented. Hopefully I can get on the show too. Somebody can play. Yeah, I want to make it bigger than just like. And honestly, the whole IG live thing too. I feel like it can be a lot bigger than that. It can be an IG live of like physical things, like in person live. You know what I'm saying? It's just. This is cool.
Says she lives in Queens, just wanted loyalty. Some guys just want that thing.
She had to call a spade, like hit the road, Jack. And nigga, don't you come back no more, no more. She threw the deuces. Her ex-man like playing with hearts. That dude's a loser. Made a gambit, but ain't play right his cards. He just played the and lost. Now she like I declare war. Like every fella's a joker. And they all just want to poker. Just wanted someone to hold. Her in the hand I was dealt. I never look over my shoulder. Make her proud of herself. Show y'all what I'm working with. Ain't no doubt she a gem. She a queen of diamonds. She too up from her center. But niggas got her trying to play the loner. On some solitary. Locked up in her own mind. I hope that she can hear me. She ain't commit no crime. Shit, she hardly sin. Just let some jokers get shuffled like a Harley
I'm just sitting here getting a good idea. What I want to do is I want to start like interviewing, like I want to have like conversations, right? Like I want to have like a whole like multiple people in the live thing instead of just having like one person, like me and this person. Want to have like me and like two other people, like we can like talk about something, some topics or whatever. And just have like a whole, thing where I pick people's brains, right? I pick the whole thing. I put my whole thing is like I like talking to people and kind of like figuring out their whole process and everything. And as I help them figure, as I'm learning their process, I kind of work through my own process, right? And I learn so much from the people. These are my friends, you know what I'm saying? These are people that I've known for years, like coming from the first interview into like the interview today, like I can literally give you personal accounts of all my relationships with those people prior to, right, me getting them on the show. And it's not because of the fact that like, I'm in circles of knowing these people. It's just, I just see that my friends are doing things, right? And it could literally be the friend that is, working at Walmart, but is an aspiring rapper. They have songs on SoundCloud, they have songs on, YouTube, and I like those songs. Like, I'm going to tell people, hey, I like these songs. This is the artist behind it. If you want to get to know them, and things of that nature. So that's kind of why I also want to like cultivate these relationships as well, because Issa Rae was like, the best way to get success is not networking up, but networking sideways, right? So looking at the people to your left and right and realizing that, the rapper or the singer-songwriter that's living on your block is necessarily going to probably be the next Summer Walker, or the next Ari Lennox, or the next, what you have you, or the next fashion designer may be the next Dapper Dan, you know what I'm saying? And no, understanding that, like saying, hey, my bro Muggsy McFly lives up the street from me. Like, that's a person that I know, hey, in probably 10 years time, he's going to have a major clothing empire. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that I can essentially know about his journey before he even gets that, or, being in a situation where I know him to even speak to him, right? And get sort of insight on that nature is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got our guys here. Yes, sir. I want to all right. Let's see. See if we doing all right. All right.
Yo. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
No, it's all right. I was serenading the people with the stylistic listenings of ENJ.
We in the building, baby. Gee!
I see. So let's kick it off. Welcome everyone that's on the live. Welcome everyone that's gonna watch the live as it's posted later to another episode of Kickin' It with Kachi, where we kick it with the realest, powered by the DC Voice. And every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, we highlight an entrepreneur, industry person of color that's taking their artistry passion by storm. And today we have the pleasure to be kicking it with none other than the international super guys, the Dapper Duo. It's ENJ. I'm gonna get like a thing so I can do like a bomb. How you guys doing?
We chilling, man. Thank God.
I see. I'm glad you guys got back home safe. 16-hour flights isn't easy.
Yeah, at all. 16 hours? Yeah. It was like 23. Mine was like 21. Mine was like 20. Mine was like 16, but shit not easy.
Yeah. Of course.
But we out here.
Like you were saying before we left, like you were talking about a little bit, like how was it being back home for the holidays?
So being back home, I would say I feel like it's like a gingering experience,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like a wake up call. You get to see life from a different perspective. You get to see struggle. you get to see hustle, you get to see you get to see development, you get to see things at its rawest form. So all of that gives you like a different perspective of the world, so that when you come back to like America, you kind of get like a different kind of spirit, you know, like you have more motivation, more drive. It's like, okay, I've seen how my brothers is doing over there. They got nothing, but they still fighting every day to make sure they get something for their family. And everybody, the kids, you see kids as little as 3 years old hustling. You feel me? And then you also see, what do you call it, the poverty rate and, you know, the crime rate and all of that stuff, and it kind of motivates you. And we got to get our people out of this situation. I don't know if you're there. So pulling up there, coming over here, you know, black people is going through it around the world, but you know, we thank God for the ability to even have the opportunity that we have out here, for opportunities like jobs and so on, and to be able to go back there and, you know, impact people any way we can. I don't know if you feel the same way.
It was just, for me, it was just lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Nigerian spirit is dope. Like, I like how people just enjoy themselves regardless of the situation. Like, it's just pure happiness. You see people, whatever state they're in, whether poor, middle class, rich, everybody just loves, like, Nigerians love enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? The food, the music, the dancing, like, everybody dances, everybody enjoys. It's chop life. It's chop life vibes. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, every corner you go, like, people were playing music. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a spot to eat everywhere. Like, the food was popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then just going from, we went to, first of all, we touched down at Enugu, which is where we're from.
Yeah.
That's our family house is at. So from there, after that, we went to Lagos. And then from Lagos into Abuja, which is the capital of Nigeria. And like, each of those different places had different experiences. So Enugu was more like, you know, it's the East. So it was Igbo people. So like the Igbo culture, right? And then we went to Lagos, where it's like mostly Yoruba people. So that's like that kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like all the Afro beats we hear out in America, that's where it comes out of.
Yeah, okay.
So that vibe was heavy there. You know what I'm saying? We was in Lekki. We was vibing. A bunch of Americans be there too. Like especially in Lekki area. Like that's like America, UK Central. Like all the people, all the people that leave like abroad and come to live in Nigeria, they all live around there. So like we had like a little house party. We got to know like the vibe of the people that are from Nigeria. It was dope. And then went to Abuja, which is like more like a melting pot. It's like the Yoruba, Igbo kind of mix. So like, no, we got to see like a wide like variety of people and experience them, and you know, it was eye opening. You know what I'm trying to say, especially Enugu, because we saw a bunch of people we never knew a bunch of cousins we never knew we had.
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of aunties and uncles never knew we had. So it was like learning about, oh, I'm your auntie, I'm your uncle. Like, oh, wow, okay, cool. You know, so those type of stuff. But it was a cool experience, man. I definitely encourage everybody who's on this live, who's Nigerian, go home. It's important. If you've not been before,
I definitely need to go back home, and I haven't been back home in years, actually. I haven't been back. I've been back since I was like 17.
But you on a vibe. When you went back, you loved it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why I want to go back. Literally.
Well, at least you know, every couple years, 2-3 years, you go back. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I know the ticket's expensive, but if possible.
I mean, before I get into the question, did you guys go with your parents, or did you guys just go with just you and the siblings?
Both,
yeah.
Okay. So the first 2 weeks was with our parents, and then after that, we were just doing our own thing. Because our parents came like December 1st, 2nd, 6th. But they came mad early. And then
I feel like that kind of turns a lot of, you know, akatas off when they go back home, their connection is their parents. So if they're not with their parents, they kind of like, they don't really feel comfortable like going to Nigeria back home like by themselves. So how was it like if you go to like essentially like your free person in back home?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you go to like Lagos is like where you get to see like Lagos, especially Lekki, Victoria. Stay on the island, mainland, but if you stay on the island for the most part, you're gonna be good.
Yeah,
you're gonna be alright. There's constant light. The water's clean. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's a lot more opulent over there than trying to say. So like, you know, there's a bunch of Americans out there. A lot. Like you don't even have to change code switch. There's people out there speaking like normal with American accent. There's people from UK speaking with UK accent. Like it's really dope.
There's a bunch of people
out there. So like, it's only like you don't need your parents if you're like in like Igbo land. I feel because like, the village, you know, all African parents is like very what's that word? Superstitious.
Yes, exactly. They're going to kidnap you. They're going to hold you for ransom. Yeah.
No, it's real though. It's real. But
Shit like that be happening, but you know.
Nigga, we from the Bronx, my nigga. You feel me? Like, you know how to move correct here. You know how to move correct there.
That's a fact.
That's facts.
Don't be out here walking on your phone. You know what I mean? Don't be out here.
Don't be looking like food.
Don't look food. You know what I mean? Just be smart. But you know, like that's why I feel like everybody from the hood know what's up. Like
That's right.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, it's the same vibe.
It's the world. Like it's literally the world. And I feel like Nigerians are good vibes people. So like before they try anything, they have to already cite you and feel like you a come up. But if you seem like a regular guy, they gonna like laugh with you, joke with you. Like, yo, it's good, da 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 da. The most they'll do is ask for money. That's all they do. Ask for money. That's what they'll do for the most part. But not Nigeria.
That's the going to Nigeria 101 guidebook from ENJ. Like, so give the audience that are watching now and that's gonna watch the live later like a brief background of It's ENJ. Like, first, where did the name come from?
It's ENJ. It's enjoyment.
Okay.
It's short for enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? We push that heavy chop life. We just talked about that. Coming from where we from. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the vibe that our music gives. Like you know, tropical, high life, good feeling, good vibes. If you want to add more to it, like
motivational, mighty, royal, like anything up, like we
uplifting.
You know. For whatever, backward never.
So that's the vibe we bring. So like anything that makes you want to get up on your feet and dance, you know what I'm saying? Move a little bit. You know what I'm trying to make the shorties move their ass, shake their ass. You feel me? Like whatever, all that. Just
anything to get people out their chairs and just let it go, let it loose.
Forget your problems, forget your worries, and just enjoy life. You feel me? So that's the energy we bring. That's the brand. So, that's the movement.
Tell us a little bit about each of y'all personal lives before you guys decided into even touching a beat pad or FL Studios or anything.
Well, to start with me, I got into classical music at a very young age, like say in the 6th grade. My mom had bought me a piano, a keyboard, and I started playing. I taught myself how to play a little bit of it. Chimdi has always been playing drums since Nigeria. Oh, let me just speak about myself. He's gonna go ahead and talk about himself, but from then on, you know, I started teaching myself. Then I went on to high school. When I went on to high school, I already started making beats, but I felt like I still needed like some more classical training, so I took some piano classes there. Then I went out to school. Then I just continued making beats. It was just from practice, continued making beats. Eventually, I got into DJing. After DJing, then I got that influence to be able to like understand different cultures, different sounds, and I started kind of like mixing cultures. Kind of like the goal is to kind of unite, you know, the black sound, you know, like the diaspora. You know how like we're all from uptown, and you can feel like even if we're Nigerian, we all have a little bit of Jamaican in us because
exactly. Yeah.
So like imagine music that speaks to the Nigerian that has Jamaican influence. So imagine music that speaks to the Nigerian that has Latina or Latino influence. Things like that. So you grew up in the South Bronx as a Nigerian, like these are different tones and different people, and everybody has, you know, a voice. That's the whole point of, you know, democracy and where we're going in this world, right? So everybody wants like a voice. So the goal is to be the voice of the people, if you get me. So that's my story. Chimbi, I don't know if you agree.
Pretty much same thing. Like he mentioned me in the drums, like that's how it pretty much started. Like just the love of music. I like how music is like a universal language. Like you don't really have to understand what they're saying in the music, but as long as you feel the energy, the vibe, and the melody of the music, the beat, like you feel connected to the person. So like I can listen to a Spanish song and feel connected to Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what they're saying, but I can feel the energy.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what's happening with Afro beats right now. Like a lot of the songs coming out is Yoruba, Igbo, but people don't know what they're saying, but they feel the energy.
They can get it. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what drew me to music. Like being able to just like get lost in the world. Like when I hear music, I could close my eyes and imagine a whole new world based on what I'm listening. So like that's the feeling I want to give people when I make music. So that's what attracted me to it. Being able to. Oh, also one big thing I was telling people, I forgot to mention that, like time traveling. Like I time travel with music.
Yeah.
So listen, like, if I wanna go to the 60s, I play 60s.
Feel exactly. Yeah.
If I just play 60s music, just close my mind, close my ears, me close my eyes. I mean, listen to like 60s music. I'm like, okay, I could picture myself in those times.
In the disco, yeah, you can feel yourself in that environment. Yes.
So whatever time I want to go to, music does that for me. You know what I'm trying to say? So I wanted to kind of give to the audience when I decide, oh, let me do music. I wanted to kind of give them that ability to, when they hear our music, they say, oh, I could probably picture where they were at this particular time. Like, what were they going through at this particular time? Like, what studio were they recording this at? Like, you know, where were they at? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So that's the energy we try to give people when we make music.
Got you. So before you guys got into being who you guys are today, you guys started out as making primarily beats for people. You said that, you know, you guys also did DJ. So where did the transition go from saying, hey, we know how to make beats, we know how to mix and master, into going, let's get into the booth and actually like tinker with our vocals a little bit as well?
So we the original interest started off with making beats, right?
Yeah.
So we used to make beats for rappers, artists, singers, and at the time we didn't really have like bread to get a studio.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like the producer grind ain't easy when you starting off, because a lot of rappers they try to pay for studio time. A lot of rappers don't pay for beats. So we was like, all right, what's the easiest way to get money to fund the studio? So we was like, all right, let's start DJing. So we saw all the little like Holy Rosary parties going on, the little old men DJing. So
yeah, exactly.
Like, how can we cut them out and replace them
for the kids?
You know what I'm trying to say?
For the youth, them, you know?
That's what it was. Yeah, you go to the party, it's you and your friends outside, and all the adults just having a blast inside.
Yeah,
exactly. Like
so DJing was really primarily like an avenue for funds, for bread, to fund the original goal of producing music. You know what I'm trying to say? And then I honed in, I think both of us separately honed in on our DJ skills in college. I DJed a lot in college. Like I did house parties, halls, you name it, clubs. I was just DJing a lot, and like that also exposed me to so much music, because we would get booked for private events for like white people, Caucasians.
Yeah, exactly.
Caribbeans, Africans,
so many
different races, different type of cultures. So we would hear like what they vibe with, what they like. So when you said how you transition from that to making our music, we transitioned from hip hop to Afro beats because we wanted to kind of connect more with our culture. So we was like, all right, let's start learning more about that style and that sound, and how we can blend other cultures within Afro beats, bringing elements from different cultures that we're inspired by. Because New York is a melting pot. So we're like, how can we bring different things, different elements that we like into Afro beats and kind of make it our own style? So that's kind of how we entered it.
Yeah, a little bit just to add on to what he said. We noticed also after some time of being producers, we started noticing that especially me, because I'm like a very melodic person. So, I ride a lot of like the melody sounds in our production. So I started noticing that as we're looking for artists, working with artists, I'm like, the artists that we're working with, or like people that we're trying to work, they're not giving us the sound that we're looking for.
Exactly.
I said this to a specific artist I was working with directly, and then he was like, why don't you try it?
And then you tried it.
I tried it.
Yeah.
And he was like, this shit is fire. We showed it to more people. They were like, this shit is fire. So then that's when I was just like, I gained the confidence to now, okay, I can do this. I can make the sounds. I can put this on a track and it'll sound good. But prior to that, it was more behind the scenes work. But it is a little hard because, like, as a producer, especially, I'm stubborn. So like, I want the sound that so if it's not sounding good, I'm not gonna want to put it out. I'm gonna keep look for. There are songs I have a lot of songs in the trenches right now, like in the trunk right now, that are not out because the correct artist isn't on it. And the correct artist means it's me. The correct artist means it's the sound that I'm looking for.
The sound.
Get that sound. I'm not happy with it. You know what I mean? It's a sound I'm looking for. Like if it doesn't, even if I can't do it, I'm tight. I'm like, all right, fuck, we gotta find the person.
No, and that's literally that's the make or break of like a Grammy Award winning song. Because literally, Jamie Foxx had a story about the Gold Digger song, and he was like, Kanye called him up like 8 o'clock in the morning, come to the studio. He said, "Yo, I need you to just say this one line. I take my money when I'm in need," and that's it. Just say that. You feel me? Because literally, he had the right voice for the
that.
song. Like, you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like, you need the right vocals for that. So you know, it makes sense that, and that's the bane of being a creative, right? Like it only sounds perfect until it sounds perfect. But you don't know what perfection is until you hear it.
Until it enters, you feel it.
Yes, exactly.
When you start feeling it's like, yeah, this is it. That's it.
Yes,
Everybody
exactly.
knows it's done. You know what I mean?
And you have to know it's it first. I feel like as an artist, you have to know it's it before anybody else. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you sell your music.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're in the studio and you feel like, yo, like you have to feel in your heart of heart that this is it. If you don't feel that, nobody's gonna feel that for you. People can't tell your song is hot before you think your song is hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's one thing I feel like as an artist, you're supposed to be in that studio cooking until you feel like the food is ready. You taste that, that's it.
And it's like
because you already know it's fire. You already certain, like you don't even have, there's no doubt in your spirit that it's fire. You know it's fire. You know what I'm saying? If everybody now at the point where somebody says that's not their vibe, that's not their vibe, but you still know it's fire. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the what we strive for every time we try to make music. It's like, let's make something that we love. Like that's something that I could play a million times.
I'm gonna run the streets up before anybody else does.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna just be listening to that shit every day. I love this shit. It's like, oh, this is fire.
Exactly.
You know? And a lot of songs that y'all hear that come out, we played it like 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before, you know what I'm saying? Before it came out, while mixing it, when it came out, before it came out to public, came out to us, like, so it's like, I feel like that's what we really try to do, like make sure that when we're creating something, it's a masterpiece, like to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and going aside now from the intrinsic value of the piece, right? How do you go as independent artists into now pushing this piece marketing wise, right? As a lot of independent artists, like now we're seeing the wave of independent artists. Ever since like the era of SoundCloud, we're seeing more and more people just make a studio in their bedroom and drop a track online. You know what I'm saying? But in going through all the noise, how do you, and you know, going through your journey, how did you guys figure out the right sort of ways to push your music, or even find a way to probably strategize to market it?
I would like to say, like, at the end of the day, like when you're in the creation process, right? When you're a creative, at the end of the day, you're creating a product. What you're creating is a product, so it's gonna be for the people. So that's how we look at it. Like I'm a musician, so I'm making music. What do you do to music? Is either you listen to it, enjoy it, or you dance to it. And now in our case, we make a lot of dance music.
Yes.
You understand? So where does dance music thrive? In the club and in parties and things of that sort. So, all right, I want to promote my music. Where do I start? DJs. I have to make sure the DJs have it. Okay, I want people to be jamming it. I have to make sure it's on playlists. You kind of get what I'm trying to say? So there's a bunch of different promotions that we work through, but mostly is working through people who could get our music in front of the people that can enjoy it, that can dance to it, and do what the goal of the product is for it to do.
Yeah, the first step is knowing your target audience.
Yes.
You gotta understand when you're making a song as an independent artist. The thing is, like, it's good you said independent artist, because you know artists who are signed, they don't worry about that stuff. They make the product and it's, you know,
and it's just pushed out by the label. Exactly.
Right. So, but as an independent artist, you have to wear multiple hats.
Yes.
So when you're in the studio creating, you're an artist. When you're done creating, you're a businessman. As a businessman, you have a product. All right, this is a product. What does this product do? Okay, say you have a skincare product, right? You're gonna market it to people who want to take care of their skin.
Exactly.
Possibly people who have breakouts in their skin, who have bumps from shaving. You're gonna find those people and market it to them.
And market it to them, yes.
If you do music, there's like has a certain tempo, a certain vibe. You find people that dance, that vibe, that club at venues that play that type of vibe. You know what I'm trying to say? Or you can even you start there, right? And then you feel like, if you feel like there's a gap in the industry, I think that's also like one of the best ways.
Yes, exactly. There's a whole
something's missing. Like, they got this, but this that I got right now, I feel like if I bring it in, it's gonna hit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Finding a way to kind of enter is also a good strategy. Because then
it's like the sample drill stuff. It's like taking the old pop songs and throwing a drill beat on it. It's like no one thought of ever like really doing that before. Then it created a whole new genre of music that we call sample drill. You know what I'm saying? So during COVID though, you guys were in Nigeria, right? And then you guys blasted out Born on the Moon EP, 10,000 streams, everywhere, numbers on numbers on numbers, music videos on music videos. So how was your experience about like essentially being home during pandemic and then having that influence your music and then the rollout? Like how did the connections back home sort of, you know, flourish, especially seeing that you guys, you know, are American, quote unquote, American artists, you know what I'm saying? So how did that sort of experience influence your creative process?
Nigeria is amazing in the way that like hasn't reached, this is from my perspective though, it hasn't reached the place where majority of the people are now controlled by media. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like from what I've seen in America for our attention span is like decreasing as time goes on because of like, you know, the advancement of technology, social media, and so on. That is not as prominent in Nigeria. So there's a lot of room for spiritual feelings. Like when people hear music, they generally want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're not hearing music because, oh my God, that's the biggest artist ever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what their mind is on. If you're big, but your music is trash, your music is trash.
Your music is trash, exactly.
They don't care about how big you are.
You wouldn't be big in the first place.
Exactly. So what Nigeria gave us the ability to do was to kind of test our sound. You know what I mean? Are these people vibing to it? And they were enjoying it. In the process of even making it, we would show them the pre-work, unmixed, and they would be jamming. Like they genuinely enjoy the music. So I guess like that was my experience with the industry there and so on. And that was able to even get us the ability to do radio tours there.
Yeah, exactly.
Easier, because people just genuinely enjoy the music. You know, it's less impressing. You have to do.
America's very cloud based. That's why a lot of artists that blow up. They first of all blow up outside of US before they blow up in the US. Like they blow up in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where they a lot of people outside of America, if they fuck with your vibe, they don't care how much.
They don't care who you are. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, this sound good.
If it sounds good, it goes.
It goes. The clubs is booking you, but in America is capitalistic. Is like very capitalistic. So like it's all numbers driven. So the clubs is like, yo, how many followers you got? How your TikTok going? What's this? What's the? They haven't heard your music yet. And that's why you see artists that don't sound good, don't have good music, but they out here booking shows.
Booking everything. Yeah, exactly.
But it's not really because the music is good. It's the clout. And you notice that it lasts maybe for like 6 months max, and you don't see them again.
Exactly.
But whoever promoter is behind it, whatever club owner is behind it, already made their bag off that person. So it's over. And our attention span is short enough to enjoy that vibe for just that moment. And once that's over, it's over.
So would you say that this experience also kind of gave you that platform to essentially play the game when you come back to America and have to deal with these American, you know, industry people and all these club owners in the San Third?
Wait, what you mean? What you say?
Like, do you feel like the success you guys got from, you know, being overseas and garnering that following, that you can now come back, you know, to America to say, yeah, I do have 10,000, you know, views on YouTube, and I do have multiple, you know, songs that have thousands and thousands of streams.
Just wanted to change that.
100,000 views.
100,000.
100,000 views. My fault.
It's cool.
My fault. But yes, hundreds of thousands of views. Literally, like you can. Does that experience also kind of give you that boost in your career to come back and you know talk that talk?
Yeah, like I was mentioning before, like, you know, we knew that the kind of music we were making would work best in Nigeria.
Back home, exactly.
We went there to kind of first, because the thing about it is, like, especially in this music business, like, you don't want to be discouraged.
Yes.
So sometimes artists start off and then they quit because they marketing to the wrong people. Like marketing to their friends.
Yes.
Like marketing to your friends. They're your friends. They're not your fans.
Yes.
They find your fans. Your fans is like 7 billion plus people in this world. Your fans are out there. You gotta do the work. You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta do the work and find your fans.
Well,
so
I would say that I'm your friend and I'm also a fan. So yeah.
but you know what I mean? You know
yes,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like, there's some people that is your mans, but they're not your fan. You know?
Exactly.
And they don't. And it's not. They don't need.
And they don't have to be a fan.
Exactly.
They can still fuck with you and not be a fan of your music.
Yeah.
And
it's okay.
It's okay.
You know,
but artists get to that point where it's like, so personally, I'm like, bro, there's so much people in the world that can make your music. Go find them.
Exactly.
Go do shows, do that, like put yourself out there. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what we did. We was like, all right, bet. Let's try Nigeria. Let's see if we can find people there, and it worked. So we're like, all right, let's bring that back to the States and continue growing. That's why we make it a point to try to go to Nigeria at least like once a year or like once
and
every
maintain that connection.
to keep that network growing. Because this career is a career, so you have to kind of build a network, build a fan base. You have to keep the foot on the pedal, keep nourishing it. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's pretty much what it is.
And now the idea of longevity, right? So you guys already had multiple community events. You had Bronx Community Day 3 times in a row, 3 times in a row when you guys were in the Bronx, and then you guys also had the Christmas events. Is there going to be any more sort of community outreach that we can expect from ENJ in the next year, 2 years, 10 years, forever?
Yes,
for sure.
Like we said, everything we do is for the people. You know, starting with the music, like it's always for the people. So, you know, inshallah, as we grow, we're bringing the people along. You know, Bronx Community Day, ABC Music Festival. That's just I guess the tip of that. It's just the beginning. You know, the goal is to take this and make this the next. Like, by the time we come back with the next festival, trust me, it's gonna be something like unheard of.
Yeah, we're trying to really make it worthwhile. We're trying to really have like some heavy-hitter features. I'm trying to say like some people on a bill that like, you know, like compete with like what you call
Adidas,
it?
Rolling Loud.
That. I'm trying to say, and to do that, we have to kind of dial back and focus on ourselves in the music, and focus on building a brand, focus on like kind of having the reach and a fan base, so that like we put out a flyer like, yo, it's happening, is on and popping.
It's on. It's
like,
automatically.
You don't have to do too much promotion or too much putting out flyers everywhere. You know what I'm trying to say? And ABC Music Festival, like at the time, at that particular moment, we didn't have an EP out. So before that, we was competing with Andy King. Politicians. We was doing political moves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? If you really think about it, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we was doing political moves, like, because we didn't really have music out. You know what I'm trying to say? But now we have music out. Now we're trying to put pressure on that, like, keep putting music out, so that, like, once we do that again, we have a body of work and a fan base built already off of that, that once we perform, have other artists like us perform, and now it's a movement. It's a musical movement. Because you don't want to we didn't want to confuse the fans and confuse the audience on what we're doing. We want to kind of be more direct, like, all right, this is what we about, this is what we do, this is who we are. That's why we say, all right, bet. Why are we doing this again? The music. All right, let's make the music. Let's make the music, make it fire, put it out, promote it, right, and then go right back full circle to the festival.
Exactly. And I feel like people are afraid of a little, you know, redirection sometimes. Sometimes you do need to like take a step back and realize, you know, I just gotta. It's not even like I start doing what I'm doing. I just gotta do what I do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's all about growth.
Exactly.
It's all about self analysis. You feel me? Like what's that word?
Improvement.
To look at yourself.
Evaluation.
Self evaluation. Do something, evaluate yourself. Like, all right, how did this thing I did? How did it work? What was the impact?
How can I do it better?
Who felt that? How can I do it better? There's always room for improvement.
Always room for improvement.
So like that's always the goal.
All right, so before we get out of here, I want to play a little lightning round with you guys. This is actually my first time having 2 people on the live at the same time, so it's gonna be a little competition I'm gonna have between you guys for a little bit. All right, so for the first one, who is the better dancer between you 2?
Him.
That's all right. So who's the most organized?
Me. Him.
Got you. I mean, he's an older brother. He has to be, essentially.
That's not always true.
He said he's the older brother. He knows this as a second brother too.
That's not always
he's a
true,
younger brother, so you know.
So, who's the most flashy in their fashion?
I don't know. I feel like we both get.
Y'all the Dapper Duo. So let me not even. Y'all the Dapper Duo.
Yeah, we both flashy.
But
I don't know. Like,
depends.
All right. So what are some of y'all favorite? What are 3 of y'all music influences?
All right, me, Contributor,
Okay.
MJ, piano guys.
Me, Osadebe, Bob Marley,
Mm.
and there's a lot, but I'm gonna just name classic ones.
Yes.
Frank.
All right. Now, finally, what are 3 lessons you can leave us with that you learned thus far?
First for me, never give up.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Second for me is when you're going after a goal that you know to the world seems impossible, make sure you really care about that goal, like deeper than what the goal can give you financially, even fame or whatever. Because when the rocks come and none of that is there, you.
Mm-hmm.
3 is put God first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say put God first. Know your why. Whatever you do, what you're doing, always know why you're doing what you're doing. It's gonna lead you far. And 3, keep your circle tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People around you, especially when it comes to your business, work, don't play with it, because I've seen it bring a lot of people down. The kind of people they have around them when they're on their way up, and when they're up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like your people who keep around you really determine how far you can go when it comes to this art. So
That's real. That's real. So, thank you. It's ENJ, the Dapper Duo. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you guys for working with us through all the technical difficulties, coming through and kicking with us.
Kachi.
Of course. Make sure everybody that's watching this now and is gonna watch it later, make sure you guys follow the DC Voice to see this interview, see past episodes, and information on future ones and when they're gonna be airing and dropping. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one. Take care, Kachi.
Take care. Take care. Brother, he has to be essentially.
That's always true.
He said he's the older brother. He knows this as a second brother boy too.
That's
He's
always
a
true.
younger brother, so you know.
So, who's the most flashy in their fashion?
I don't know. I feel like we both get.
Y'all the Dapper Duo, so let me not even. Y'all the Dapper Duo.
Yeah, the vibe. We both flashy.
But
I don't know. Like,
depends.
All right. So, what are some of y'all favorite? What are 3 of y'all music influences?
all right, me,
Okay.
MJ, piano guys.
Me, Osadebe, Bob Marley,
Mm.
and there's a lot, but I'm gonna just name classic ones.
Yes.
Frank.
All right. Now, finally, what are 3 lessons you can leave us with that you learned thus far?
First for me, never give up.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Second for me is when you're going after a goal that you know to the world seems impossible, make sure you really care about that goal, like deeper than what the goal can give you financially, even fame or whatever. Because when the rocks come and none of that is there, you.
Mm-hmm.
3 is put God first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say put God first. Know your why. Whatever you do, what you're doing, always know why you're doing what you're doing. It's gonna lead you far. And 3, keep your circle tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People around you, especially when it comes to your business, work, don't play with it, because I've seen it bring a lot of people down. The kind of people they have around them when they're on their way up, and when they're up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like your people who keep around you really determine how far you can go when it comes to this art. So
That's real. That's real. So thank you. It's ENJ, the Dapper Duo. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you guys for working with us through all the technical difficulties, coming through and kicking with us.
Kachi.
Of course. Make sure everybody that's watching this now and is gonna watch it later, make sure you guys follow the DC Voice to see this interview, see past episodes, and information on future ones and when they're gonna be airing and dropping. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one. Take care, Kachi.
Take care.